Hey everyone, welcome back to Through the Ages. Today we are diving into the story of a prophet who is central to Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. You've likely heard of him, Moses. His life is filled with remarkable events, but today we will focus on one particularly significant moment, his encounter with the burning bush. Let's begin with the early life of Moses. He was not born into an ordinary situation. As an infant, his mother concealed him in a basket and set him adrift on the Nile River to protect him from Pharaoh's decree that all Hebrew baby boys should be killed. He was discovered by the Pharaoh's daughter and adopted into Egyptian royalty. Pretty incredible, right? As he grew up, Moses discovered his true identity. His biological family were Israelites, a people who lived as slaves in Egypt. One day he saw an Egyptian overseer beating an Israelite slave. In a fit of anger, Moses killed the Egyptian, and from that moment, his life took a drastic turn. Fearing for his life, he fled Egypt and settled in a place called Midian, where he lived for 40 years as a humble shepherd. Now here's where the story becomes even more captivating. Imagine this. It's a hot, arid day, and Moses is guiding his flock of sheep near a mountain known as Horeb, also known as the Mountain of God. Suddenly, he observes something unusual. A bush ablaze with flames, but it's not burning up. Naturally, Moses steps closer to figure out what's going on. But as he approaches, something extraordinary happens. A powerful voice calls out from the flames, "Moses, Moses!" He must have been shocked. "Imagine hearing your name coming from a burning bush," Moses responds, trembling. "Here I am." But the voice tells him, "Do not come any closer. Take off your sandals, for the place where you are standing is holy ground." Then Moses realizes who is speaking. It is the God of his ancestors, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. At this moment, Moses is so overwhelmed that he hides his face. He knew the stories of God's promises to his ancestors, but now he finds himself in the very presence of the Almighty. And then God reveals why he's speaking to Moses. He says, "I have seen the misery of my people in Egypt. I have heard them crying out because of their oppressors, and I am concerned about their suffering. So I have come down to rescue them from the hand of the Egyptians and to bring them up out of that land into a good and spacious land, a land flowing with milk and honey." Then comes the moment that changes Moses' life forever. God says, "I'm sending you to Pharaoh to bring the Israelites out of Egypt." Imagine how Moses felt at that moment. He was just a simple shepherd living in the wilderness. How could he possibly confront Pharaoh, the most powerful ruler in the world? Moses even asks, "Who am I to do this?" But God reassures him, "I will be with you, and this will be your sign. When you have led the people out of Egypt, you will worship me on this very mountain." Now the encounter between Moses and God at the burning bush has inspired countless works of art, including a stunning painting by Sébastien Bourdon. Bourdon was a prominent French artist of the 17th century, renowned for his religious and historical paintings. One of his most famous works is, of course, Moses and the Burning Bush, painted in 1643. In this painting, you can really feel the emotion of the moment. Moses is portrayed in a posture of awe and reverence. The burning bush is depicted in vibrant shades of orange, which contrast strikingly with the cooler tones of the landscape, symbolizing the divine presence of God. And that's where Moses' journey truly begins. From that moment, he would confront Pharaoh, perform miracles, and lead the Israelites out of Egypt. It is a story of courage, faith, and trust in a higher purpose, even when it seems impossible.